So in 13.2, let's look at problem involving a little bit of financing. So Nima bought appliances costing $3,765 at a store, charging 6% add-on interest. So she made an $800 down payment and agreed to monthly payments over 3 years. Find the total amount to be repaid. So right now, we know that she spent $3,765. But since she made a down payment of $800, we can subtract that $800 off the bat because she's not going to have to pay that. So if we do that math to start with, 3785, if we subtract $800, this is the 2985. So that's going to be her principal balance, if you will. That's what she's going to have to pay back. Now, the catch is, though, there's a 6% interest on this. And they're doing this, they agreed to pay the amendments, do monthly payments over 3 years, but we're going to have to figure out how much interest is going to be over these 3 years. So to find the interest, we know that the formula is going to be the principal times the rate times the time. So the principal is going to be the 2895. Let me try that again. So the initial amount that she's borrowing, if you will, is the 2985. That's what she's got to pay back. But they're going to charge her a rate of interest of 6%, so it's going to be 0.06. And then they're going to do this over a span of 3 years. So to determine the simple interest, because they didn't say anything about compounding, so this is going to be 2895. I'll put that in parentheses, times the interest rate, which again was a 6% annual interest rate. And we're going to do that over 3 years. So if we do that math, we have this 2895. We got to multiply that by this 6%. But we have to also multiply that by how long we're borrowing it for or having to pay back. We got a 3 year period that we have to do that in. So this is going to be the interest that's going to be accrued over that 3 year period. So $521 and looks like 10 cents. So how much is she going to have to repay back? Well, her final amount is going to have to be then what she borrowed, which was the 2895 plus the interest, which is $521.10. Oops, got too many zeros there. Just need one zero there and 10 cents. So if we add that together, so we have 2895 plus 521.10. That would give us then, she would have to pay back still 3,000, let's do that here, $3,416.10. So it makes sense to carry out to two decimal places. It just looks better. Okay. Now, hold on a second here. Something just jumped. Now, another way to approach this problem is since they're looking for the amount repaid, that's actually the final amount. So the final amount, we could use the formula, the principal times 1 plus RT. So if we use this formula, the principal is how much she still owes, which is the 2895. But if we multiply by this formula 1 plus RT, this will actually include the principal and the interest in one move. So 0.06 times 3 years, if I do that math, this could be a little bit quicker. So 28.95 in parentheses 1 plus 0.06 times 3 years. So this tells me how much she would owe after 3 years. So notice how there's another way to do it. Instead of just find the interest, this formula works a little bit quicker. So make note of that because they didn't ask us to find the interest. They just asked us to find out how much was repaid. That's our future value, if you will, or your final amount. So we really didn't need to know the interest necessarily. We just need the final amount. So we could do that in one step using that formula.